That one's coming up.
All right.
Oh, see,
We're here.
And we're here.
Dallas.
Yes. Welcome.
That was fast.
I know.
We're here
Now we're going to
with
get like a... And
Randy
go.
Sondreal. We work with Randy, and we're excited that he's here.
I love it. Your start. That was awesome. We work with Randy.
This is like
And
a
he's
soft
here.
We work with
opening.
Randy.
Yes, total soft opening.
Yeah. So worked with you for the last 6 years, but you've been with the company for much longer. So give us an introduction of yourself.
All right. It's not all the way back to when I was 2.
Okay. Well, it's
So
good.
I've been at Royal for 20 years, but I've been in the construction industry for about 30 years. My degree is in education, so I was an elementary school teacher and a coach for a few years. Really liked teaching, but didn't like the constraints of just teaching elementary kids. Just felt there was something more.
How long did you do that for?
Just 3 years.
Just 3 years.
Okay.
Right
Yeah.
out of college?
Yeah. Yeah, right out of college, and then went to
What
working.
grade?
3rd, 6th, and 4th.
Okay.
Any subject in particular?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah. I love history the most, so like I would dive into those. But everything, science, math, English. I know how to diagram sentences still. Teach cursive writing.
Yeah. Kids can't
Can't
do
do
that
it,
these
but I
days.
can teach it.
The classics.
I know.
Yeah, the classics.
I can't even read my own cursive handwriting.
Yeah. Oh, I can. Especially on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
chalkboards, not dry erase.
Oh, no. That's
I had to write in chalk. That's how.
It's like our generation.
That's how far away.
You
Yeah.
should dust the erasers
Yeah.
at the end
Oh,
of
yeah.
the class. Love that.
Fact. So then started an apprenticeship program, went through it as a superintendent.
Wait, you went through that so fast. So you went.
I started in construction.
No, but like, what was that moment where you were like, okay, I'm done being a teacher?
Yeah. And then you chose construction.
Well,
Like,
so
how does that happen?
it was up in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and there was a flood, and the river flooded the town. So everyone left, and they didn't know how many kids were coming back. So because I didn't have tenure, I didn't know if I had a job, and I got tired of waiting. I just I'm gonna. So I got a summer job in construction, and then like fall came around, I'm like, can I stay? And they're like, are you kidding? They're like, yeah, here's a laptop and a truck. Like, you're going to go run these 3 jobs now. I'm like, I'd been there 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, I guess we're
just
going to
throwing you in.
Yeah,
Sink
we're
or
just going to
swim.
figure it out. So yeah, construction's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
Like someone that says yes, they're just like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I heard like great stories. Like my sister worked for me one summer. She was like a concrete finisher and she learned how to do rebar. She like filled all of our talent, stuff, and drove a tractor.
That's awesome.
We just did everything.
Was it housing or what were you doing?
what kind
Oh
of
no,
buildings?
airports.
Stop.
Yeah, right out of the gate.
Crazy.
The civil contractor had purchased an electrical contractor that did street lights and traffic signals and airport lighting, and so like my first job was FedEx, and I was like, "What's a connector kit?"
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and then I tied a lot of rebar cages, and
Yeah, they didn't have Google Images at that point.
Right.
we had a fax machine and walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
I didn't have a phone or email.
Yeah.
I had tried to tell that to the new generation, right?
They
I'm
just
like,
don't understand.
They're like, what's
to mail your submittals in, and then wait for them to come back, revise and resubmit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're not starting anytime soon.
Oh my gosh.
How times have changed quickly.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I got right out of the gate. They had me start the apprenticeship program like a year into my
Was
career.
it the electrical apprenticeship program?
IEC.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I was the first one to go through it. So I helped set it up. I was on the committee. I went through it. I taught
You're student number 1
for this company.
for that company.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I taught first year. I was a substitute teacher for the class I was in when the teacher was gone.
Oh,
Because he knew I was a teacher. I didn't know
yeah.
anything
My
about
gosh.
electricity at all other than like plug it in
Yeah.
at that time. But it was just kind of learn as you go.
Awesome.
It was fun.
That's
And yeah,
cool.
30 years later, still love the teaching part. That's my, the mentoring and coaching.
yeah.
Just get to,
It shows in your work and the team that you have, which we do want to talk about today.
Absolutely. We do want to talk about that because, like Leslie did in the introduction, we do work together and have been now for the past 6 years. And so if we haven't been clear about what we do, we work in the construction industry. We're a subcontractor. And so Randy oversees that one of our market segments there within our company. And so something that we've always admired about you is that you have an ability to grow within. And you have this knack for developing people. And that's part of one of the topics we love sharing on this podcast, or like to dive into when we can, is the development of people. And we always say people are our most uncontrollable resource.
Yes, our last podcast.
Exactly, from our last podcast. And so, we just want to explore that with you because you've done such an amazing job within our organization. And, kind of walk us through that, the connections and the development of identifying, those high potentials. How do you assess, people?
Yeah, I would
you could
say,
start wherever you'd like, but I'm just
what is it
curious.
about somebody that you notice that makes you want to?
So going back to the first job in construction, he used to be the owner of the electrical company they went out of business, and then this GC bought them, and I went to work for that electrical division. Okay. So he was a master electrician, had run a business, but I just remember him saying, wasn't always the most personable, but he was well-intentioned. And he would be like, it's way easier to get young, like, if we hired a lot of farm kids, right? Just great work ethic, and teach them the trade.
Yeah.
And that always stuck with me. So that's why, we have some industry hires.
Yeah.
But most of them are like, they come in with energy and effort and passion, and you teach them the skills that you
great.
want. Right.
And I've teach the attitude.
No, and I've always, so that's what I look for. And half the time I don't even, like Courtney will say, hey, did you see the resume? I'm like, no, I didn't look at it.
Yeah, just care about the person. And
I just walk in and sit down and start asking them questions and see if they will ask questions back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they engaged in that conversation?
Oh my gosh.
So that's the baseline.
Yeah.
Energy, passion.
With the energy, are you walking with them alongside to see if they walk fast? Or like
that is something. There is something to be said. Today
We've
when I was
talked
in the
about
airport,
this a
I
few
saw
times.
like the walkways that they move.
Oh, when they stand.
Yeah, what are those called?
Yes.
There was somebody that was actually she was a younger girl, and she was like just having it carry her across. And I said I would not hire her.
No, I probably wouldn't either.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that would do that.
Yeah.
No one. It's wrong on so many levels. No. So that, I think there's a lot of stories, but like when I sit in on project engineer ones, Lakshmi is always like, when we wait till they leave the building, because I'm notorious for like, we walk out the door, I'm like, hire.
Oh.
I remember doing it with like when Lakshmi interviewed, and I was like, hire her, don't let her out the building.
Yeah.
She's going to get snapped up right away.
You just know. That is really cool. And you're absolutely right. And you've said it, is you can't train, you can, it's just really hard to train behavior, right?
It is, and you can't.
You could
I don't think. You can maybe like electroshock therapy it out,
Well,
right? But we're not allowed to do that anymore.
No.
Like I always like to hire people that are competitive.
Yes.
Oftentimes a lot of people on my team are, they played a sport or something, or they really love sports, or just that competition. I just love it.
Well, and I think too, people gravitate towards that competition, the competency, the accountability. We just, like, if you think about my direct team, everybody is just always, they're willing to do anything.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
It's kind of all hands on deck, right?
Yeah. Like, we'll take out the trash.
Yes.
Mop the floors, whatever. Not all the time, but like if it needs to be done, we'll do it.
I was going to say about the skills, the importance of developing those foundational skills like discipline and, like you said, that work ethic of participating and being part of that team, knowing when to step in, taking that initiative. Like you said, maybe it is mopping the floors or sweeping up behind someone, or, supporting someone in a different role. There's organizations like that. In the past, I remember Enterprise having, a very coveted management training program where people were really, like, I remember it was like the thing. You wanted to be hired by Enterprise because they had an amazing, management training program that they would almost guarantee that you would get a management position, if not be offered one, by the time you went through that program. And they would require you to wash cars with a business suit and I'll do all levels of the Enterprise, rental car section. And so there's really something to be said about that importance about developing those skills.
Did you ever read Hiring for Attitude?
No.
I have it in the office, but it's one we used to read and do a training on it. It was Hiring for Attitude, and it talks about how Southwest in the past, Southwest Airlines, where they had kind of a testing kind of assessment to see their attitude, and I think it was like the brown shorts. They'd have to go they'd be in suits and they'd have to put on these brown shorts, and if they were like, no, absolutely not, then they were like, you're out the door. And so they just had different assessments to kind of figure out attitude and if they would actually fit within the organization. So I don't kind of remind me of that.
That's absolutely what I'm talking about. And I wonder if that's maybe subconsciously you're doing that when you're interviewing people or assessing people.
Yeah, I kind of knew that this question might come up, and because other people have asked me too. It's a lot of it's intuition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And maybe it's filtered by like what you read or how you were brought up, and I can see work ethic.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way someone communicates sometimes, mm-hmm. and how they talk, and like you said, if they stand or walk.
Yeah.
I don't know, all those things, and they just get filtered through.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I have been wrong a couple times.
You have been?
Oh, I have been too.
We don't talk about those.
No.
Because it's a very low percentage.
The 1%ers.
Yeah.
The 1%ers.
Well, what about, because you've really taken people from, if it's project engineers up to PMs, PXs, but you've also taken people that have, been in the field, where they've maybe sometimes struggled, really mentoring or coaching people out in the field, and just a lot of the changes that you've seen within your group and how they've really developed and grown and, become better communicators and maybe a little bit more patient. And is there anything that you've done? Is there any secret sauce that you've done for some of the individuals on the team that?
Well, patience is not always a virtue for me. I mean, but I think just going back to my roots, a lot of the things I read, the Bible is a big influence in me. So not that, and I'm not perfect, obviously, right? But just throw that out there. But it's the intention, mm-hmm. and I think just the way my mind works and thinking about that and being a mentor and a teacher, you have to be patient and you have to see the best in them maybe, and where they can't. Mm. Like there are certain people, I won't say their name maybe, but they work at Royal right now, mm-hmm. one of my direct reports, and hired them a long time ago. And maybe at the time I was like, just talking to them, I was like, oh man, there's a long runway here, right? Pardon the pun. On the runway. Like there's a long runway here, and I don't think either of us knew exactly what the end result was, and we're not there yet, but just so much capacity and capability that you're just like, hey, just trust me, mm-hmm. follow me, let's build something together, and who knows where we're going to end up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is before we didn't have titles.
Right. Yeah.
It was, well, we did, but they didn't mean much. It's
the titles
you're going to run a job,
a lot in the last few
guy.
years.
You're the run a job guy. You're going to do POs and pour concrete and do all the stuff. And so that's been kind of fun as we've grown and evolved as a company.
Yeah. Do you like the changes, or do you like you're the lead guy, you do the garbage, the lunch, and the POs, or do you like more of the structure that you see now and kind of more of a corporate setting?
Oh boy. I like that we have the ability to still do some of those things. We haven't, like, because we can't always change as people from the inside out, you know, and it's good to be able to do all of the things.
Yeah.
I think it just makes you well-rounded. I mean, there's a lot of utility players that are able to level up really high,
Right.
but they're still willing to do it. Like you said, like the enterprise
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
regardless of how high you go up, you still have to be able to treat a waitress
Yeah.
with just as much respect as you do a CEO, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, and I've always heard too from some of the guys out in the field, or you know, men and women out in the field, is that sometimes some of the ones that they respect the most is when a foreman or superintendent gets in the trenches with them to really show them, you know, and will help. And it's like they always really enjoy working for them because they're there helping them, and it's they don't feel like they're above it. Or so I feel like that a lot with your team, is that I feel like across the board everybody's mentoring and guiding them.
yeah, and maybe some of that goes back to when I started in construction, I didn't know anything. I didn't really know how I was supposed to do it. When they made me a foreman or a superintendent, like to run jobs, and I was like, all right, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So I would still be like putting in conduit, and I never changed what I did.
Yeah.
I just worked longer to document it,
Right.
Yeah.
right, before the shift and after the shift, but I still worked the whole shift.
And then faxed it.
Right. So I think I carried that to Royal too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe because I'm just like, well, this is what I do.
What you did. Yeah. And you brought that with you.
I've had a very unique experience here. I think only because I've gotten to do almost every job.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, thank God I wasn't HR or talent. You guys,
fun.
you guys make it look easy, and I know it's not. I don't think I would fit in
You
those
could
spots.
totally do this. Absolutely.
But-
without a doubt.
You know, I've gotten to do a lot of different roles, and some really cool ones, like bid a job and then go run it.
Yeah.
I don't know many people here that have gotten to do that,
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and I got to do it a lot. So that's
Absolutely.
probably one thing I miss, but
Okay.
not enough to go back.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you've hired a lot of new people on your team, and you have people that have been around for a long time, but I feel like with some of the new dynamics of some of the new ones that have come in have brought in, you know, some new energy into the organization. How do you help those that are coming into a company that's been around for a while, you know, adjust or settle in or, you know, make impact right away?
well, depending on what level they are,
Okay.
I think it's very important to surround them with longer term employees. You know, like NorCal. Like when Mike came in, we just spent enough time with him that I knew he was going to fit in
Yeah.
with the team. But then just putting him in a spot with other 5 to 10 year employees, like it makes the transition a lot easier
Okay.
than if you're bringing them in and the whole team is new and you're all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But just that you have that one-to-one mentorship just from someone that's been here a while. Like,
Right.
here's where the files are, right? Here's where
That's important.
here's where the copier is. This is how you set your name. You know, all the stupid things that we sometimes take for granted.
Yeah. But those simple things make such an impact to people that are coming on board that don't know where things are at, and just helps them get integrated into the team a lot sooner, which is important.
And you know, part of it probably is just because it is ingrained in me, but like direct reports, I make sure to spend a lot of time, whether it's on Teams or the phone.
So you do monthly direct report meetings?
Or
or like multiple?
I mean,
or
it's like
do you have
12 to
something-
15.
Okay. I love that. I feel like it's not a secret sauce. It's a very simple thing, but those that have direct report meetings, even if it's just monthly, I think it makes a big difference in really how they grow within the organization.
And we've been busy, so I will flip it on them. I'm like, hey, I'm available. I would like to do a one-on-one, but you send it to me. And if I need to set it up with them for them to happen a lot of times,
Yeah.
just because they get busy, and it's not that they're ignoring or don't want to
Right.
do it, but everyone kind of forgets. So
But I
being-
think I think it shows that level of commitment. And that was one of the questions I was curious about with all regards to this is exactly as you continue to grow this market segment, you're working in multiple states. It's not just you and the guy, that's doing the work, right? Which it was at one point what it was. Now you have multiple people within your group. How do you have a philosophy that you ensure you share with your direct reports that they carry on that same responsibility and level of commitment that you do? How do you do that so it ensures that it gets communicated to the new employee or even the new apprentice that joins the airfield?
Constant reinforcement.
Yeah.
Because I don't assume that they can do it. They, if they haven't been a coach or like that comes naturally to me.
Right.
So not assuming that they're going to do it the same way, but just like constantly reminding and say, hey, make sure that you're checking in. Don't assume that they know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Check in on them. Ask them, keep asking them questions. Be annoying at first if you have to.
Yeah.
Right. But they need to know that you're always going to be there.
Yeah.
And then show up and just ask them how they're doing. I mean, it sounds so simple, but I think we lose that in the hustle and bustle of high finance that we're in. Fast-paced construction.
Fast-paced. And that's the thing too, where you're being able to trust and verify going in and seeing that is actually happening because you're seeing the results, not only on the financial side of things, but also from a team building and development side of things. I think you're seeing that with the development of employees, right? Now you have direct reports that are developing employees underneath them, right? And carrying that same message across, which I think is really neat to see them do, right? It's not you doing the development, it's the general superintendent doing the development, which is exactly what the organization needs you to do, right? And it's been interesting to see that. So you and I have sparred at least one time on potential versus performance, and I can think of one specifically, and I know you know which one I'm talking about.
Naming names.
I'm not naming names because you were so passionate about the potential, and I was so passionate about the performance, and at the end of the day, it's not like one was wrong. It was just kind of a matter of opinion, and I think you're sharing that with us today about the importance of, yes, carrying the performance side of things, but also looking at the capabilities and the capacity of the individual, and how do you measure that with your, with some of your employees when you're seeing that, maybe that potential isn't being pushed or they're not exploring or leaning into that a little bit further. Maybe they're just comfortable, Well,
I think sometimes, and this has evolved for me over the last couple of years, is hiring for positions. And I'll use some sports analogies here too, but I want to make sure I capture the first part of what you just said. So I love how we've transitioned over the last couple of years at Royal to the building people, building relationship. That speaks to me. Yeah. I can follow that. It's not something I have to work at to do. Like that to me is the path. And then making sure we get good people on the right. If they need to be on the bus, if we want them on the bus, what's the best seat for them? Yeah. So using the sports analogy, I asked you for the ELT. I love the team dynamic of the disc, right? Where you're like, hey, put the team together and you can see. Yeah. I have a very diverse team. I have a few of each, but every position is filled. And that is intentional, right? But if you're not intentional, you could end up with 12 left tackles.
Right.
And no quarterback. And no center, no one to hike the ball. Field. No running back, no wide receivers. So, and I think that's part of that potential. Like you might have someone that they got hired and they're playing middle linebacker and they want to be a cornerback or they want to be a running back, right? They want to carry the ball more.
Right.
So I think that is part of just really being intentional about knowing who the person is.
Yeah. Knowing who
and spending time. and we have all those tools. That's where you
Yeah.
got the tools that you guys have built and shared with us. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like we have so much evaluation, tools in front of us.
That's such a good point.
But you have to know how to use them.
Yep.
And you have to spend time with them. Mm-hmm. And ask them what they want. I think we forget to ask people what they want.
So true.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Mm-hmm. I know what I want you to do.
Like
but
you've been
what do
counting
you wanna
widgets
do?
for 9 years. Why does that all you want to do? There's so much more out there.
Well, that always goes back to what you say too. It's like you can't force somebody to, live out your dream for them.
Hopes and dreams.
We've talked about this I think in the first
that's hard.
podcast, but
I know.
it's hard because you see it, but they don't want it. But it's hard. And I have a neck issue today, so it's.
I know.
It's that force of will.
address it.
So I have a stubborn streak. Shocking. That's just by force of will, I'm going to drag you across the finish line. Because
Have you had any of those where they
what
didn't
you
want
are.
it?
This is what God created you to do, and you just don't see it yet.
I see it.
Right?
You're coming with me.
You're coming with me.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's something to that. I think all of us have something that's innate in us, and you sometimes get stuck. There's a way to live out who you are in any job. You just have to find it. That's the personal responsibility part. That you have to find it in you, and
And sometimes people need to be pushed too. I mean, I've had
or kicked.
Kicked down the road. But I challenged, kicked,
100%,
dragged along.
Because
But
honestly, people don't understand, I think, the possibilities sometime or know the possibilities. I mean, we would talk about this a lot too, where sometimes I'm surprised there's a job for that. I'm like, what? I wish I would have known there was a job for that. I would have totally applied for it. But I never knew there was like a job for something. It's just, it takes someone telling them like, hey, did you know that you could actually.
You didn't want to start out and be a recruiter at first?
Absolutely not. No.
It's always my favorite thing to ask recruiters. How did
that's-
you get into recruiting? I don't know. I was good at talking to people. I love interviewing recruiters.
I know. So fun. But yeah, it's just, that's the whole potential part that, you continue to see and assess. And you're absolutely right. But the tools, I think, if you do not know and intentionally, like you said, spend the time on assessing your team, how are you able to strategize on like how you're going to build and develop them further, right? If you don't know that they don't have, that they don't have the capabilities or capacity, like you're not able to speak to their strengths. And to continue on to that sports analogy, right? It's like you got to know what your bench is before you put them into play, right?
And I mean, your market has a lot of opportunity for growth, and so to be able to succession plan or figure out some of the gaps where you might need to hire. But I will say, in general, like we've talked about this before in the past when I had first started. Hiring estimators is just it's a pain. You can find them, but it's really hard to poach them. And something that you did so well was interns and hiring interns and then promoting within. And there's so many that they're all still here. And a lot of it is because you gave them a chance, an opportunity, and you give them some autonomy. But, you start to grow too much, and then it's like, okay, we got to get back to, the internship part, which you're starting to get back to and hiring more. But I think that was huge when I came on board, where it's like we weren't hiring all these, electrical estimators. You were growing within.
Hired one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've hired one actual estimator in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like not a joke either. We were talking about this just last week that you've only really hired within your group externally maybe 3-4 times.
Three.
Yeah.
3?
Yeah. I mean, super
you
field
developed
people.
within.
We've
Oh, well,
hired a
yeah,
lot of
that's
field
different.
people, but like,
Right.
above a superintendent.
Right. Because you're consistently working on that development stage of your employees and backfilling positions and opening up new ones. And that estimator one gets me. Oh, I hated recruiting for estimators too.
Everybody
and
does.
They're the heartbeat of the organization. Like, honestly, like they're the ones pumping the like numbers, crunching, doing all that stuff. And, and you're just like, oh, these are so hard to fill. Like, positions. They are so difficult.
Because it can be so monotonous. You're just doing this, I don't know, you have to make it fun.
Yeah.
You do. And
that's been the struggle as we grow, is just keeping it fun with all the different markets.
Yeah.
So that's, it ends up being travel a lot, but that's my favorite part. And I don't get to everybody enough.
Yeah.
But you are good about getting out to the team and spending time with them. And because I remember back in the day, it was like, the boom box, going
The
around
boom
the
box.
office. And,
Yeah, for the wins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Celebrating the wins.
Yeah, we don't celebrate wins enough.
Yeah, you
We
need to
do
celebrate
not.
more.
We're so quick on
On to the next.
What's next?
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. And with that, you run an operations that is very fast paced. I mean, you're working on projects that need to get completed in a very short time frame, very little room for error. And that's my question is, how do you allow for failure? Because that's part of growth, right? So how do you make space
Very
for
minimal
mistakes when you're
margin.
yeah.
Error.
Well, exactly. Very little. Like, so how do you make that happen?
Well,
I'm not saying you're looking to make
no,
mistakes happen.
I will
but-
say that the more you prepare and not just plan, but really prepare, like end of the world prepper style, right?
Yeah.
And you give them all of the tools to try to mitigate how big the mistake is. And thankfully, I think we all do a really good job of preparing
Yeah.
so that the mistakes or we see them happening and you're like helicopter parent, you let them walk right up to the edge
Yeah.
and then go, okay, hold on a sec, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you going to do next? They're like, well, we were going to do this, this, and this.
Laying
And I'm
out the
like, so
scenarios.
how would talk it through with me?
Right.
And they get to about step 3 and they're like, oh, that would have been bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Detrimental.
So now what are we going to do? Like, oh, we should do this. I'm like, yes, we should do that.
Ah, love that.
But I mean,
really
you have to be engaged.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When we get into trouble are when you don't prepare enough and you send somebody out and you just say, best of luck,
Yeah.
and then you get mad at them when they do make a mistake. Right.
Right.
So that if I'm intentional on anything, it's like, hey, send your people out prepared and then verify, trust, but verify.
Yeah.
But it's constant. It's just constant
Yeah.
vigilance. And I think that's why I like to go out, because you can walk around the office, you can catch the vibe, you can see people interacting with each other, and you know that, okay, they're working, right?
Yeah.
It's not just the end product that you see in the folder.
Yeah.
They're getting there the right way. They're doing the right things.
Right.
It's just hope you catch all the bad stuff.
Right. What's one of your favorite memories being at the company?
At Royal,
Yeah. Is there anything that pops up that's
I don't know, picking one specific one, but I think just the ritual of the playing Gary Allen, watching airplanes when
Yeah.
you've worked maybe 2 days straight or at least all night to get a runway or a taxiway ready to open, and that
Yeah.
first plane's rolling through and you got the music cranked and we're
that's cool?
watching it exhausted,
Yeah.
That has become a really cool tradition.
I love that.
And we've gotten to see it in a lot of different places. And I think
Yeah.
just the amount of airports that we've gotten to do across the country.
Yeah.
I'm not quite tired of traveling to all those places yet,
Yeah.
so that's good. We've gotten to do some really cool things with some really cool people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have one specific
Okay.
one.
Specific. What are you looking forward to right now? What's that thing?
Well, just watching everybody kind of come into their own, and they're realizing their potential, like we were just talking about, a lot of them, and just it's really cool to see them lead now.
Right.
Like I say, oh, that was a me problem, just as you get in the box and you don't even realize it's you, and you're just like, I can't figure this person out, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that a lot. You could ask most of them, and they're like, oh yeah, Randy he'll say that was a me problem. I just
Yeah.
needed to back up.
Uh-huh.
I
I need to back up and let them do it.
That's a really great point. That's the other thing I noticed, when you're looking at kind of the team, because you look at the level of accountability that your team has, and, that's filtered through the entire team, really. And, obviously it's not always perfect, right? The feedback could be faster and different, or the approach could be different. But for the most part, you guys are committed to giving each other feedback, constructive feedback. How do you go about, again, doing something like that? Being that, again, margins are, there's the real stakes are high or margins are low, whatever, however you want to say that. But, how do you go about doing that? Like instilling that accountability as, necessary, and feedback is just as necessary as well.
Well, going back to the sports analogy and the teacher or the coach and the team, we spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Intentionally, like we always, like whether it's conferences or when we at RLT or wherever, or dinner or on Teams meetings, like I will get the group together to just say, hey, this has been on my mind. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And, or this is really important to me, or, a few of us were talking and it's very important to us. So we figured it would be important to the rest of the group. Like, I don't know how many times, and not enough.
Right.
But before RLT, everyone but two of the main leadership group was in Sacramento.
Yeah.
So we booked the training room from like noon to 4, and we were only going to be in there in a couple hours, and we were in there like 4.5 hours.
I saw that.
Just brainstorming, and like we were whiteboarding things, and everyone was just in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that gets people pumped. They, it gives them energy and they feel energized because you're getting on the same page. And
Absolutely. I almost, just for funsies, walked into that meeting and just was going to sit down and see if anybody said anything.
here she
I
comes.
saw the whole group walk into that training
Only
room.
if you have a clipboard.
And no, that's what I want to do.
Right.
Grab like a folder and just go in and just sit down and see if anybody was.
No, you would have been welcome. I mean, this is
I
a good
100%
time to
believe that.
segue and say that what you guys have done with HR and talent here is pretty amazing. That the fact that HR is not a dirty word,
Right.
and
It's
that
not.
you're a partner, and everybody knows that.
Right.
Like we were talking about it last week when we were going through succession planning. Like anyone on the team, and I know it's not just my team.
Right.
They know they can call you at any time, and they're just going to walk them through it.
Right.
And then just like in your spot, like everything's on fire all the time. We're just always like, we need another project manager. We need another this. We need another that. You're like, oh yeah, let me just pull them out of my back pocket.
Oh, literally.
But you
This girl
don't
is-
you don't say that, even though you
seems
may be
amazing.
thinking it, right? It's just, okay, we'll get
I
to
love
work.
being like, I got somebody.
Yeah.
I got somebody, right? I got to work. So it's
Yeah.
just, we have just an overflow of talent
I
here.
completely
And
agree.
I think, going into the leadership meetings over the next couple of days, it would be fun to meet once a week sometime, right?
Yeah,
To
we talked about this last
just
week when we were
brainstorm and
here.
throw stuff up on the wall. And,
Yes.
but hold that, it doesn't need to be in person,
No.
right? But just even on Teams and go,
Yeah.
hey, I was thinking about this.
Right.
How
Yeah.
can this work?
Yeah.
Remembering that we have those resources there.
Yeah, because we were talking about that last week at RLT, or 2 weeks ago, I
2
guess.
weeks
And I
ago.
was here in Dallas last week. But we were just like, we need to have more conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spontaneous conversations for sure.
And I think that's what I try to do with that group. It's like the here and now. So, if I'm at the Addison office and Lakshmi's there, it's just, I will walk in and say, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, going to stay for 5 minutes and talk for an hour, and we're
Of
just like
course.
bouncing things off. Or, if it's over at the Irving office and it's Alex, or in Sacramento, any one of, George, any of them, right? It's
Yeah.
like 2 hours has gone by.
Oh, easy.
But it's impactful.
Right. And going back to what you said originally about like just all of us being on the same team, it's like there's nothing we can't get through together. Like absolutely nothing, right? So, from that perspective, as we work through the employee development side of things, unless you're throwing puppies out the window,
I would never do that.
then we will. That
Was a
would be
rumor.
problem.
Didn't happen.
Maybe a cat.
That will be a problem. But there's nothing, we can't, walk through
Yeah.
and, and work together to solve, right? And come to the best, maybe sometimes best worst decision, right?
Our best worst plan.
A best worst plan.
Those are the best ones sometimes. I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that saying.
Me too. So it's, it takes,
That's from Argo. Right?
is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, this is where I
This is our
wish
be-
I could quote.
This is our
movies.
best worst
movies.
plan. Perfect.
See,
I'm in.
Randy remembers movie lines.
I'm horrible at it. And I actually want to start talking with these because they're like been bothering me the whole time.
They could be like,
Like,
Oh, they look like the balloons at the baseball games.
we're
address
sitting
the
in
big red
these
chairs.
Yes, we're sitting
Oh,
in these
the COUSs.
the CU.
COUSs.
Yes.
Chairs of unusual size.
Yes.
Chairs of unusual size. I mean, it's just unusual size of
So you
chairs.
address it.
Yes.
I like it. Usually they're small and hard. I feel bad for.
These are big and red.
Yeah.
Big and
They're
red.
big and red. It's a big red chair.
Oh man. Well, what would you tell, I guess, people like what is, maybe something that would benefit them doing as a manager today? Like what's like an action plan that they can, take back with them and maybe start doing?
Oh, well, first of all, I would find a mentor or a coach that knows more than you, or at least has different perspectives, or that you can bounce stuff off and isn't going to judge you, but understands where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I remember I was joking with Gina because we were talking, and when I got promoted out of to this position, and it's like, no, it's going to be fine. Like, here's what we're going to do. No, and poor Greg's like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. We're going to take our chief estimator and put him in charge of infrastructure operations. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
But the trust, so you need to build trust. You need to have people that trust you, and you need to build a team that you trust and that you can work with, and knows that, has your back and are willing to let you try things, and get a mentor. And then you have to put in the work yourself. That's what the next iteration of that was finding that mentor and just like reaching out, go, what do I do? Like, I've got 8 high functioning, very intelligent people, most of them smarter than me, and I'm supposed to lead this group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no dummies book for that.
Yeah.
You have to, there's no like, so you're vice president of construction. Like, now what?
Now what? Who are your mentors now?
Do I have to say?
No. Do you have
have mentors?
multiple, or
Yeah, I've got like people that I go to.
are they in the industry, outside of the
Some
industry?
of them are. Yeah.
I think that that's neat that you, I always wondered, like, outside perspectives, are so helpful, especially if there's no skin in the game. You know what I mean?
Well, and I would say multiple, right?
Yeah.
So don't
Sure. I
go
would say within the company, and then also from external.
external. I mean, you guys have peer
important.
groups, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, you can use, to me, peer groups are just the same because they could be experts in one specific thing. And you're like, what have you done in this situation? Right.
Yeah. With the teaching, skills that you learned early on, you can see it carrying it through the development of your employees. But what do you think is the one thing that, from teaching really helped specifically in developing employees?
I think the methodology.
Yeah.
And just consistency. So it's not really what you can teach anything, but you have to be systematic about it, right? You build the building blocks.
Yeah.
And just being consistent.
Right.
Over and over.
Yeah.
That's why times tables and memorization, it sounds so stupid, but that's still the best way to hammer things home is
True.
That's so funny you brought that up, because I was thinking for tomorrow, because we have, we keep talking about like things we're going to do tomorrow, which we have a bunch of leadership meetings we're going to be in. But I was thinking about doing kind of like a team building event and doing what are those times tables, but those times table. So you put it on, a piece of paper, like a couple of math problems, and then we'll have everybody flip them over and try to do them as fast as possible. You know
I
what
still
Remember
love
that?
those.
The like race to like multiplication and see who can get them
No
done.
one else has
sooner.
done that.
Yeah, I know.
9 times 9.
I know, right? I was seriously just thinking about doing that. Anyways.
But that's what I would say. Just the basis of teaching methodology, lesson planning. It's the same as pre-planning a job. There's so many translations. I mean, teaching 6th grade, first year apprentices. I'm not demeaning first year apprentices. I'm just saying, like, there's you kind of
just learning to
attack
show up
you
to the
attack it
job
the
on
same
time.
way,
I
right?
love
You're teaching a
that.
new skill to a new person. It doesn't matter what their age is, so you have to walk
My
it
brain
through.
just went.
Well,
like
and it was
the-
very hard. Like when they actually teach you to coach. So I have a minor in coaching, and you're like, well, don't you just play sports and then run the team?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't always happen.
Right.
But you have to learn how to break down the skills movement by movement and then put them back together. So there's all sorts of drills. Like I had to teach, you'll find this probably funny. I had to teach how to fast pitch,
What?
underhand fast pitch softball. I had to teach that. That was the skill I got.
Wow.
So I had to teach it. And thankfully I had people that I knew that could do it really
So many
well.
different mechanics.
Yes, for mechanics, but just break, so here's the skill, and we started, and you show them the whole windup and all the way through, and then you break it down. Foot position, right? Where you hold the ball,
Right.
fastball, slider, where do you want it to go? The ball position.
You have
Right.
to train your body to know when to
Then you stand up
release it.
against the wall and you run your arm so that you're sideways, right? And you rotate your arm through, and it's in your hips, not your arm. And like, it's probably way too much information into that, but that's how you have to do it. So it goes the same way in construction.
But it's
Like,
also goes
this
back
is
to
how you finish a sign pad,
Right.
right? This is how you build it. This is how you form it. This is where the rebar goes. And I think that's the part that maybe gets lost. You're like, well, here's a picture.
Yeah, go build
Totally.
it.
Figure it out.
This is where I'm like, man, what a missed opportunity even for us to like incorporate that regularly into our language. I know we have systems and we're developing all these different processes and stuff like that. But the that skill of lesson planning, and understanding the simplicity in that concepts, like you said, like breaking it down to its to the bones, of like how you do get to A to Z, right? I think there's something to be said there that we may not be giving enough attention to,
Yeah.
Well,
Because we're
it's a
assuming,
focus. I mean,
right?
that's been percolating up from anywhere. Like, hey, how do we grow our foreman faster?
Right.
Like,
That's
to superintendents.
always the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even the PE to PM.
PE to PM. Yeah.
Right. What's that roadmap for them? And not just like a roadmap, but like, how do you get there? What are the things that you need to know and how
It's
to
not
do
checking
them?
boxes, is what we say.
Yeah, exactly. Not checking the boxes. Man.
Well, I think the like proven process step 4, if you don't use it as check boxes, but you use it as a map for somebody new coming in, it tells you where to go, right? Here's where you start. Here's where we're going to build the job. And now you're just learning the best way to accomplish that from your mentors and your teachers. And
Yeah.
we have a lot more tools than we did back in the day.
Yeah. Well, I think I think it goes back to what you were saying too about just being intentional. You've been an intentional manager, and and those skills you learned early on has helped you with that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. What are some pet peeves? What drives you crazy?
Oh, boy.
Just one. Name one.
Okay. People that drive in the left lane when they're not passing.
Oh, 100%.
It is a law. You can be pulled over in Texas. It doesn't happen enough.
Oh my gosh. I know what you mean.
That's
And then
probably
you
the
see a cop drive by and you're like, get him, pull him over. And
they
they
don't.
don't. Ah, the worst.
I don't want to be too judgy. Like that's one that comes to mind.
Judgy, we love judgy.
Yeah, usually driving. Anything with driving usually drives me nuts.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Or slow walkers.
Slow walkers.
I think what bugs me the most is when people are oblivious to their surroundings.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Just in anything.
Yeah.
Do it with intentionality. Walk with a purpose.
Yes. Agreed.
Stand with a purpose. Don't stand in the middle.
Right,
Stand on the side.
right.
Don't walk right down the middle of the aisle in the parking lot. Walk to the side. Figure out where your car is first before you wander out into traffic.
Jeez.
I don't know.
I love it. Those are all mine too.
Yeah.
I had this guy behind me on the flight here to Dallas, and he opened up a bag of chips, which that doesn't bother me. But what bothered me was the way he was eating them. That was, it was a newfound pet peeve. I don't know if it was like
It's cute when dogs crunch. It's
I
not
know.
when humans do.
I never.
Oh, you would not like it to be around me when I eat cereal then.
It was like, oh, do you slurp the whole?
Wine crunch and slurp. And actually, I don't even eat cereal anymore because it annoys my family so bad.
Oh man, I don't know. Something about milky spoons too
Ew.
drive me crazy. Ugh.
We took a hard left turn just
I
now.
usually do.
We digress quickly. That's funny. Well, is there anything else you wanted to tap into? I'm trying to think if we've asked all of our questions we wanted to find out about people development, assessing,
Yeah, I think it's been
high potential.
Good discussion. And it plays back from our last one where we talked about, people being your most uncontrollable resource. We've talked about high potentials, where it came in where, having you on this podcast to talk about, all of your success, and you have a lot of high potentials. So I don't know if I have anything else.
Yeah.
I think too, I have the team, there's still so much potential, but just high execution rate too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
What's next for your team? I guess that was kind of like, as like closing up, what's future for your
world
team?
domination.
World domination.
Love it.
World.
I mean,
domination.
the 48 contiguous states.
Yes.
We just want to do it better
Hmm.
and do it well.
Yeah.
And I love that we have the opportunity. If we put a plan together and like, hey, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to execute it. I just love the trust that we have here
Right.
to be able to go build cool things.
Yeah.
Right.
And the space, the
Yeah.
autonomy, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm hearing from this
Yes.
conversation too, is that with that trust came that space where you were able to have that autonomy to make decisions. I think that has also something I'm taking away, I guess.
I mean, but, yeah. And it is a lot of work. And I think that's maybe what gets lost. I'm not going to beg on the younger generation because I know that they like to work hard too.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's that work-life harmony works for me. But that's why you have to find something you love. Right?
Yeah.
If you love doing it, it doesn't seem like work.
Totally.
It's true.
And knowing your core values, like what are you okay with? Like
Yeah.
what are you willing to do and what are you not willing to do? And then knowing your core values, do those align with mine? In terms of, and I'm not talking about like core values, but more of like expectations of like, are those my same expectations? And putting that out on the table and being clear about that, and you acknowledging, it's a two-way street, that this is something I want to enter into, that's important too, right?
Yeah.
From a level of commitment and accountability, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes people walk into it. I'll give this a try. I love that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there has to be that. Okay, if you're going to give it a try, give it a
intentional.
try. Yeah,
Well,
intentional.
like that level 5 commitment.
Level
Yes.
5
Like,
commitment.
I know that, there's 10 people and it doesn't matter if I have an idea at 1:00 on a Saturday, you ask them. I have a text group and I'm always like, hey, here's Saturday morning brain dump. And I just share it and I get it out there because I know one of them is going to turn it into something,
Yeah.
Can
Can I be on that text chain?
Yeah. We got ideas too.
I'll have to ask the group. It's like, we haven't voted anyone off the island yet.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really neat. I love that. You just have like an idea dump.
And I'll share books. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm reading
Yeah.
all the time. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I think, it doesn't have to be books, but podcasts, make them count.
Yeah.
We all have limited time, so make it count. Make it
Right.
like one of the science of scaling.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get enough of that book right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just going back and rereading. I was going to even send the ELT chat or the Teams thing. I'm like, before Wednesday, everybody has to listen to
Read
chapter
this.
4.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And I didn't do it because I was like, well, I don't want to derail what we're talking about, but
Right.
it is so just right where we are right now.
What is on your book list right now after this one? What are you lining up?
Oh, I'm reading The Return of George Washington.
Okay.
Right now is a recommendation from Greg. And for whatever reason, I hadn't ever read it.
Yeah.
It's really good. And then I've got a stack. And I'm trying to think of what some of them are. There's a bunch.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm rereading some, like Good to Great. I'm going back now with a different
That's a good one.
perspective.
Uh-huh.
Science of Scaling, like I've listened to it 3 times, and now I'm
Right.
like going through and just taking notes.
Yeah.
Um,
That's some things learned from that, where it's like really set, kind of your outcome and what, if you really want to get something done in a month, you can get it done in a month.
yes. Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
exactly
By
where
the
we
end
are.
of the
I'm
year.
telling you, I listened to chapter 4 again yesterday when I was walking the whole way through. That's
This
what's
is the book you've been talking about.
Yeah.
Like the last couple.
no, like that one, Who Not How. So like I just plow through the things that are gonna build us. And thankfully I have a team they also want to build
Yeah.
people. I mean, that's the whole, you have to be like-minded a little bit on that
For sure.
and want to win.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Who Not How, Science of Scaling, 10x is easier than 2x.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gap in the Gain,
Mm-hmm.
Grit,
Oh,
Angela Duckworth.
yeah, I like
Duckworth.
that
That
one.
was a great book. What's another one? Do Hard Things.
Oh.
Steve
yeah.
Magnus.
Uh-huh.
Magnus. Those are the ones that like over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
I read one, I don't remember the exact title, but it was basically how to become a unicorn. And it wasn't.
I want to be a unicorn.
Yes.
Me too.
And they're just like 12 traits that people have that make them a unicorn within their space. And so I found it good, especially if you're mentoring others. This is a book I'm reading with my mentor or my mentee. And so it was one just different things like fast, do things fast. If you get an email, respond fast, be that person that's fast. And we all kind of gravitate towards different characteristics. I like to work fast, like to move fast. I'm a connector. That was one of them. And so it was pretty good, but I do recommend it for if you're in kind of a mentor-mentee relationship, especially if it's kind of an up-and-comer. It's pretty good.
Send it to me.
From ourselves, it's kind of nice just to reflect on, oh yeah, I identify with that, or oh, I could, respond faster. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
So one
Quick
of
read
the
too, 200 pages.
Oh yeah,
With pictures.
no, that's super good.
No.
No, send that.
Okay.
Something that you said do things fast.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I've been pushing, and they're probably sick of me saying, but decision velocity. I don't know if I said
Ooh,
it
I
at
like that
RLT.
word.
And
Preach.
it's about getting the right information to the right person at the right level to make the decision as fast as you can. And I think in our business, where like 4 hours matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't wait a week sometimes to adjust. So we have to be able to teach our people, what their decision-making level is,
Yep.
and then make sure they get the right information to make the best decision they can, and then let them make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like force them to make it. No,
Oh, yeah.
you tell me how much concrete we need to order.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing the math. You were supposed to do the math, right? And make them do it, and then make them own it. That's a really easy one.
Right.
But that decision velocity, I don't know. I've got
Well,
pages and
I don't
pages
think
of
it's-
notes on it.
I don't think it's that easy for some people. I don't think the level of it's such an undervalued skill is what I'm trying to say, is making decisions carries a weight regardless of it's how much concrete you're going to get
It's your
or where
decision
you're
and-
going to eat tomorrow. Like, it's hard for some people to say, like, okay, where should we go eat? Like, people struggle making a decision, and it carries so much weight for an individual sometimes, but that ownership of that decision has consequences and outcomes, and you're spot on that. Like, the ability to make decisions is I think is almost a make or break it whether somebody can move and upward. Yeah, upward.
One, you have to be able to do it without all the best information.
Right.
Like, you get all the information you can, and then it's like, well, guess we're going.
Then
Guess
it
we're
comes in the
going.
grit of when you do mess up, you have to take ownership of that. And
Right.
How you respond.
Absolutely.
It's hard.
One,
Oh,
I think
that's
too,
so
as
good.
you move up, the decisions have greater consequences,
They
right?
do.
It's not but usually your experience or whatever, you can, okay, well, here's what happened. This is the damage it did, but here's how we're going to fix it.
Oh,
Yeah.
love that. How you recover.
Yeah.
A recovery plan for sure. Yeah, not being so analysis by paralysis or freeze in those situations, being able to problem solve your way out.
And that is learned. Like, you have to be very intentional. Again, there's that word,
I
intentional.
know.
You have to be intentional about training yourself to be able to make decisions and get over the fact that you might be wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is very rare in our cases. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, less than 1%.
Less than 1%. That's right. That should be the title of this. Less than 1%.
Clearly, that's not right. Everyone's listening, going,
They're like,
"We actually work with you."
Yeah.
yeah, we know.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things too. As a leader, like do not take credit for other people's work.
Oh, yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Team.
Give
Yeah.
it. Yeah. If I honestly, it's a team effort.
You brushed on this a little bit. For executing at a high level, pace is fast. Moving in that sense of pace. How do you keep it fun? I know we talked a little bit about the boombox and some little things here and there, but like, how do you keep it light when moments feel so heavy, especially like on those short schedules? Or how do you encourage your team?
I don't know.
To do that?
I think that it goes back to the people, like the people that start at Division III Amherst College, wouldn't maybe be able to start on Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So you go after the type of people that think going fast and working hard is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
that goes back to that selection.
Yeah.
Training, and just like we actually struggle when things are not fast.
Right.
That's why you going into project selection, it's like it's 3 years long.
Yeah.
We're all going to get bored and lose. Like we're not going to know what to do with ourselves after 14 months.
Oh, yeah.
So, and even me, I'm just like, we're not done with that job yet. Why are we still there?
Yeah.
Can we leave?
What's going on?
Can we
Do they
pay
know
someone
we're
else
there?
to finish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get out.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
But like if you they are all like that.
Right.
Just like, let's get in and get out.
Right.
How fast can we go?
Yeah.
And it becomes a competition, right?
Right.
And you
it's
have to
fun
still do it
them.
high quality, safety.
Right.
And they're very important, but you can be safe. You can put a high quality product out there and still do it really fast. It goes back to what you said. And I think the faster you go, if you prepare, it keeps your mind sharp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no room for complacency or it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing,
I know.
all of this insight with us. We appreciate your time, and
Yeah, we're excited that you would do this with us.
I know. And I could seriously just sit here and ask you a gajillion questions, but I know we're running out of time, I think. So, thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
We want you to like and subscribe. We don't say that enough on
I
this
know.
podcast.
Not good at self-promoting, but like and subscribe.
Horrible. Yeah, that's self-promoting. And you were talking a little bit about maybe doing something on your own. So I hope you feel encouraged by this podcast to do something, because I would tune in if you did. So I hope you do, because you have a lot to say, and I think people want to hear
a good
it.
team that,
Yeah.
great ideas.
I know.
That's all it is. Just sharing ideas. This is fun.
Yeah. Any closing
Yeah.
remarks?
Yeah. So like in 3 years or 4 years, I want to like the Saturday Night Live when they get to the 5 times a host.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to be your first 5-time guest.
Oh,
Love
I love
that.
it.
Just keep that in
Yes.
mind.
Okay.
Absolutely.
When you guys are big and famous, don't forget about me.
We're taking you with us. What are
Okay.
you talking about?
Perfect.
Going on the road.
Going on the road.
Going on the road. Yep.
Next stop.
I don't know. Long
Nashville.
Beach?
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say Nashville.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's figure
I don't
it
know.
out.
Dolly Parton. Here
Love
we come.
it. My favorite.
Anyways, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see
Thanks
ya
for
next
tuning
month.
in. See you next month.